staying with the whole posse, and it's been just asking to just rob me, and these kicks just asking to start rocking, but you ain't gotta ask, just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you're trying to fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you're trying to fight son.
Out the I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please.
The opening jump is won by the Clippers. Leonard to Beverly. Leonard. Tough shot. Well defended. Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense and stuffs it home.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Kevin Durant has it. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time. But defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Kawhi Leonard, tough matchup against Durant. He's got two shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Into the front court, it's Irving. They're down three. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Oh, you got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Kevin Durant at the line for two shots. Career 88% from the line. And hits the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Paul George. Short jumper won't fall.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Trying to cash in. LeVert with a shot, no good. Clippers have the basketball. Probing the defense. Trying to create. George. He engulfed him that time. Here's Irving into the front court. Down just a couple. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Oh, pass stolen by the Nets.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Kevin Durant, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Irving. And he buries it. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kevin Durant with the rock. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Kevin Durant. Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 4. Good start.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Durant to Irving. Here comes the screen. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Here comes the screen. Leonard to George. Fires the three. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kawhi Leonard looking good. 4 for 5.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Irving to Durant. Knocked loose. That's off of Leonard. Out of bounds. Oh, had him going there for a second. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Beverly to Paul George. Leonard. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. Kyrie Irving. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Paul George, knocked loose, picked up by the Nets. Kyrie. And the rebound taken in by Beverly. Leonard to Beverly. Oh, that's 3 seconds. And the reward, he's going to the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one, count it. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Beverly into the front court. Down 3 to Leonard. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Has a chance. Irving shot off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Can't connect. Kyrie lets it go. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Leonard to George. Curling inside. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Down to 5 on the 24. Leonard buries it.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Irving brings the ball up court. Has a look. Kyrie Irving, 4 out of 7. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college. But the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Cleans it up. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Beverly to Paul George. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Paul George, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First try, no good. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw.
Number 51.
Nets have the basketball. Montrezl Harrell with a piece. Turnover gives them the possession. Short jumper stays out. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Irving with the basketball. Trailing by 4. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Goes 2 for 2.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Leonard to George. Short jumper off the mark.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
To Paul George. Short jumper misses. Brooklyn with the basketball. For 3, a scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's a DJ we all know and love.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Add one more to his total. Irving into the front court. Down by 1. Kawhi Leonard tips it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Beverly. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Nets have it. From the painted area, won't go down. Down to 5 on the 24. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range, and Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Kyrie across the timeline. Now down 6. Kawhi Leonard sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Williams into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming to George. LA with 4 to shoot. George, textbook defense. Into the front court, it's Irving. Counting down towards a minute to play here in a very tight opening quarter. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie. Entering the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 26, Kyle Korver.
Shot from the lane won't go. Williams across the timeline. Up by 6. To Leonard. Beverly. Williams. His first effort off the mark. To Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's at 35%. He's taken a lot of shots so far.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Williams. Great defense, forcing the miss. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go. That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Down to Chandler. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here's Irving into the front court. Margins 8. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
In the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Irving to Dinwiddie. Here comes the screen.
Come on, please. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
No good. Leonard to Williams. Can't connect from in close. Irving with the basketball. Down 8. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Leonard to Williams. Shot won't go. Irving into the front court. Down 6. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Kyrie Irving has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard to Gortat. Yes, Marcin Gortat. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Kyrie across the timeline. They trail by 7. Oh, he blocked it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Kyrie Irving for 2. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rebound comes down to Brooklyn. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Wilson Chandler at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Gilgeous-Alexander. And the finish at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
It's Brooklyn's ball. The drive right to the basket. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. Dinwiddie with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Hollis Jefferson. Passed it off. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Brooklyn's got it. Montrezl Harrell swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Leonard. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he finishes at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Hollis Jefferson. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Leonard to Korver. Fires the three. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Three-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. Into the front court, it's Irving. They find themselves down 10. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Korver to Leonard. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Here's Irving into the front court, trailing by 10. Kawhi Leonard rejects it. Couldn't keep it in. Out of Spencer Dinwiddie. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Leonard to Korver. 4-3. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line. Kyle Korver is going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Nets have the basketball. Irving. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. And a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Irving with the basketball. Down by 15. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Leonard to Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, Marcin Gortat. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Durant to Dinwiddie. Durant to Jordan. Shot clock violation. Leonard to Parker. Here's a chance from long range. A gift for the Frenchman. Tony Parker hits the wide-open 3.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Down a bundle. To Jordan. Rebound taken by Gortat. Parker. Tony Parker. He's 2 for 2 now.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
KD with the rock to Dinwiddie. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. And he can't.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
Pick up.
Kawhi Leonard against KD. To Paul George. DeAndre Jordan with the block. Beverly.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To George. Count it.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Brooklyn with the basketball. And the basket good at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Leonard to Paul George. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Durant lets it fly. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To George. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George fires. Nets have it. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. To Leonard. Beverly. George to Leonard.
Defensive foul to number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first.
Paul George, couple of free throws on the way, shooting 66% in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Durant across the timeline. His guys down big. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw try, off the mark. To Leonard. Parker. To Leonard. Tony Parker, 3 for 3 in this first half.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
He connects with the step back. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose.
The Clippers worked hard for their halftime lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Brooklyn Nets had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Durant. Kevin Durant. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Can't connect from in close. Irving into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Hollis Jefferson. Durant. Now to Jordan. Down low. DeAndre Jordan, look out. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Brooklyn's ball. To the basket is Durant, but his shot stays out. Beverly into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Leonard. Beverly. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Driving right to the basket. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good ladder.
Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Not today. Over to the right side. Durant. Can't connect. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George. The pass set it all up.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Irving. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Kyrie with the rock. To Durant. Here comes the screen.
Double screen.
Marcin Gortat sends it away. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Irving. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Leonard to Paul George.
coming up.
"24-second violation." Substitution being made in this one. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down.
Defense! Defense, let's go!
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Durant. The screen sets him up for two.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Durant. And count the basket inside.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To George. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
It's George for two. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Steps through and scores.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Here comes the screen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Whoops, that won't go. Brooklyn's got it. And he'll head to the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Number 13, Paul George.
Beverly. To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down a bundle. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Spencer Dinwiddie at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 13. Swings it. A pass stolen by the Nets. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. George to Beverly. To George. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. To Dinwiddie. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Beverly to Williams. LA with 4 to shoot. George, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Dinwiddie into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Durant. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Paul George. Curling inside. Layup goes down. Well done.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys trail by 13. To Durant. Trying to cash in. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
To George. Has a chance. George with a shot. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Williams. Lou Williams. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Here's Durant for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
It's LA Clippers ball. Deep left corner to Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Dinwiddie into the front court. His guys down 11. To Durant. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Paul George to Beverly. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Paul George, 4-2. The jumper's off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Nets have the basketball. Add 2 points to the board. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Durant. To Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
That ends the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Williams to Leonard. Gets it in the left corner. Williams. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Wilson Chandler has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Able to convert on both free throws. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. To the outside, to Leonard. Beverly buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Durant with the basketball up top. The deficit now up to 12. And finishes strong. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Screen coming. George, tough matchup against Durant. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Brooklyn with the basketball. To Durant. Nice pass to set things up.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Beverly. George to Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. And he hits. Durant across the timeline. Down 12. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Self-check. Cutter to the tag.
Leonard goes to the left side. Williams. The rebound cleared by the Nets. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down a dozen. Gets it in the right corner. To Durant. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
George lets it fly. Can't connect. To the rim, lays it up and in.
That's called escapability right there. Elusive.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead air.
Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Irving brings the ball up court. Count the basket at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Paul George trying to cash in on the 3-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys currently down by 13. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. From the outside, no good. To Paul George. Beverly. Brooklyn secures the rebound. To Irving. And counted at the rim.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Got it.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Screen coming. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Durant knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Paul George whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Team foul number 2 for
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Nets have it. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
George to Gortat. Yes, Marcin Gortat. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Marcin Gortat able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
Paul George to Korver. George smothering D. Nice pass to set things up. Lays it up and in.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
George, message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Yes, and a fouled. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. And he knocks it down, Jay. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
And the rebound taken by the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To George. Knocked loose. Yes, Marcin Gortat. He's now 5 for 6.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
My ball, my ball.
The drive, right to the basket. It's PG for 2. Can't connect.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Durant. From long range, that's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Corbett, now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game.
Any participating Bunsville Burgers restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Bunsville Burgers, where the grill.
Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
PG lets it fly. Gets a shot up off the mark. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Clippers did what great teams do best. Finish. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. When you have a look at these highlights, you can see how this team wasn't able to get it together. It was definitely a frustrating loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Brooklyn Nets. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.